And welcome to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. Today is the day we will celebrate a little bit of that Dodger World Series win from last night, because we got all kinds of local connections with Austin Barnes from Riverside Poly. We got Joe Kelly from Corona High School and UC Riverside, plus a ton of former Rancho Cucamonga Quakes on this Dodgers roster, as we will hear from the voice of the Quakes, Mike Lindskog, a little bit later in the show. Plus, hey, it's our promise to you. We're going to blow it out high school football every single week here on the Inland Sports Show. A little bit later in the show, we got Tommy Leach from Roosevelt. We also have former Notre Dame star Dylan Petty, who's up there at Sacramento State playing football. But first, hey, we are taking you live to Citrus Hill High School. The man behind the mask, as we look live, is head coach Jason McMains. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Pep. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm still getting used to it. I know we're all wearing masks, but I'm still getting used to just seeing like masks on a football field. How's it going? I mean, can you still yell at the guys? Do they see you smiling or frowning? How's that working with a mask on?
Well, they can't see that, but they definitely can hear screaming and yelling. And if we got to pull down the mask, we will. But, we're definitely got to stick to all these guidelines. So we got to keep our mask on and be ready to go.
So, Coach, how are the workouts going? I mean, obviously they don't look like a normal football practice, I'm assuming, right now. But how are they going for Citrus Hill?
They're going great. But the bottom line is just getting the kids out and getting them active. I mean, obviously, we're in the same boat as everyone, but getting these kids out from, not doing anything since mid-March. It's great to see them. It's not a typical football practice. We got to definitely stick to all these guidelines. But just being around the kids and the coaches, again, that's what that's what excites us every day and gets us ready to go.
Hey, Coach, can you take your phone and give us a little look real quick of what's going on there at the Hawks workout at Citrus Hill High School? Because, again, we're live right now on the Inland Sports Show, so this is very exciting. So you guys, Coach, you guys are going in the evenings, right now to get ready for the football season, these workouts?
Yeah, so with the guidelines, obviously we got to keep the numbers down. So we actually run 2 practices a day. We run a practice pretty much right after school with the younger guys, and then in the evening time with the varsity team. So, it's just what we got to do right now.
Coach.
1 minute, Coach. 1 minute. Sorry,
Coach, come on, guys. Let's rotate. Go to the next drill. Let's go. Let's rotate.
Right. We'll get them going soon. But so we got to go 2 practices a day. It's going great. Numbers are good. Kids are working hard. Yeah, it is just straight conditioning, and we'd like to get some footballs out there. And hold on, real quick. Let me blow the whistle.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, rotate, station 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, thanks for doing this, because normally we go Wednesdays off. We practice Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but I had a crazy day on Monday with the wind. First, I was in Denver over the weekend with my daughter, and I was caught in that snowstorm. So I was driving. I've never driven in the snow before.
Oh, you drove there?
Well, no. I had to drive to the airport. Oh. And that was quite an experience doing that. I think I gave my wife about 5 different heart attacks driving to the airport. And then as we're flying in, the wind was so bad, they shut down Ontario Airport for a while. So they rerouted us to Vegas. So long story short, we had to kind of shut practice down on Monday. So we had to go tonight. So, but thanks for doing the Zoom, man, the Zoom interview. That's awesome.
No, I appreciate it. It's awesome to see you live at a practice right now, which is very cool. And, Coach, I wanted to ask you, too, you brought up a great point, Liz. I know you're excited just to have your guys together, a football workout going, but it sounds like for a head coach right now, it's probably a lot more work because, like you said, you've got to space out your players. You've got to space out the guys. So you have basically more than one practice. You've got back-to-back workouts. That's a long day.
It is, but I mean, it's man. I think my wife was getting tired of me at home, so she don't mind me being out the extra, 2 hours of the day. But it's great. We'll do whatever it takes to get the kids out and start up, try to get the season going and everything. So we don't care if we have to do 2 or 3 practices to make it work. It's all about the kids and having them, get an opportunity to be back out on the field and be with each other.
Maybe your wife is saying, how about 3 or 4 workouts per day? You just stay out there at the football field. You just live out there for a while.
Yeah, from March all the way up into about 5 weeks. 5 weeks ago, she got really tired of me, so she's enjoying the time now.
Coach, real quick, let's talk about your team. What do you like about this group that you have going into this season?
Oh, hold on. Let me blow the whistle real quick one more time. There you go. Hey, start up, station 2. Let's go. So, it's been definitely a crazy time. Obviously, going into our off season of our first year together, we had a lot of things planned and wanted to do with the kids based off and building off our first year here. Obviously, that didn't get, we didn't get to do a lot of that, what we planned. So, but as far as the kids coming back, we got a great group of kids. From the skill set, we're really excited of what we got. We're really excited of our sophomore our junior quarterback now, Jaden Brown. We really like the development he's been doing, and he's looking really good out here. AJ Porter is a stud, running back, linebacker. He's definitely a guy that we need to feed off of, and he's going to be our leader. And Skylar Mesa's had a great offseason. He's been at Winter Circle a lot, and he's done some great things. So we're excited about, our sophomores from last year, juniors from last year, to really kind of just take the next step, into year 2 of our program.
Hey, Coach, finally, here we are. We're getting ready to go to the month of November. So we've got November, we got December, and then you go right into games, January 8th. Right. We've got about 2.5 months to ramp up for a high school football season. Is that long enough? Is that enough time?
I think so. I mean, it didn't help with the county going back down, and we started phase 1, and we had the anticipation of going into phase 2. Within 2 or 3 weeks. We're just finishing our 4th week now, and we're still in phase 1, which is fine. I mean, like I tell the guys every day, we can't control that. All we can control is just coming out every day and getting better, and that's what we got to focus on. So it would be nice to have footballs out here and a little bit more of a actual organized team practice, running different stuff, competing against each other. But, we'll adjust. But, I mean, the big thing is just getting them out and active and, conditioned. And you saw all those injuries that happened, early on in the NFL. I mean, that's obviously a concern for everyone. So we just need to get their bodies right and, take it day by day. And I think we can definitely get things started in time for January season.
Well, it's good to see you out there, Coach. At least it's a step in the right direction. Make sure those guys are rotating to that next station. Make sure that you keep that thing humming out there.
We will. Pat, thank you for having me, man.
Yes, sir. That's Jason McMains, head football coach at Citrus Hill here on the Inland Sports Show. Thank you, Coach.
Have a good one. See you later.
See ya. There he was, live at practice, blowing the whistle, making sure those guys get to the next station in time. And again, like a lot of high school football coaches, having to spread out, a lot of their players, and not only just physical distancing at the workouts, but having multiple workouts so you don't have too many players on the field at once. But like Coach said, at least it's a step in the right direction. At least they're out there running around, getting a workout in as we inch a little bit closer to the high school football season with, again, that first Friday night will be January 8th. And there's actually a bunch of Thursday night games that first week on January 7th as well. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, more high school football. We're going to hear from Tommy Leach, the head coach at Roosevelt High School. Again, Dylan Petty, former Notre Dame star at Sacramento State. And yes, for all you Dodger fans, we will celebrate the Dodgers World Series title from last night. We've got Quakes broadcaster Mike Lindskog also joining us live. We'll be right back on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Need an oil change? Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Family owned and operated. They're committed to our community. There's 2 locations, so there's one close to you. Off the 91 freeway at Arlington and off the 215 freeway at Alessandro. Oil changes are very important, so make sure you swing by. It only takes 10 minutes, and you can do a lot than just have your oil changed. How about new wiper blades? How about an air filter? Plus many more services such as radiator and transmission. Find out more information at 2getspoiled.com. Don't wait. Get spoiled today. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Kin Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Kin Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kinsportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Kin Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Kin Sporting Goods. We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. A big thanks to our director, Johnny Nunez, behind the scenes here at Teen Vision TV 16. Listen, we're blowing it out high school football-wise. We've been doing it for weeks. We're going to continue to do it as we march towards January 8th. We just had Coach McMains from Citrus Hill. Now we've got the head coach from Roosevelt High School, one of our good buddies here on the show, the great Tommy Leach. Coach Leach, I mean, you're like glowing. Where are you right now? You look angelic.
Oh man, I'm in my my room actually at home because we got our practice canceled. And it's the only quiet room in the house, so.
Well, I know you've got a big family, and if you're like my family, there's really like noise throughout the entire house, so it's hard to find those spots.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Coach, talk about how have the workouts been going? I mean, I know they don't look like traditional football practices right now, but at least the guys are running around a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been awesome. I mean, really, it's to me, try to find a silver lining. Participation, we have like 98% of our kids participating, and it's all voluntary too. So that's really exciting. All our coaches pretty much are on board. The bottom line is we got to kind of assimilate and slowly get them into it. Some people just came in phenomenal shape, though. I'm telling you, our team's ready to go, though. If we had to play next week, pad up and get ready to go, I think we'd be ready. I mean, we got a team. We got a bunch of dudes, and I'm really excited.
Well, Coach, I've got your non-league schedule right here in front of me. It's a great one, man. You guys play some really good teams. And speaking of that first game, you said you're ready for it. That'd be Villa Park, that first game out of the gate. You've also got San Juan Hills, Murrieta Valley, Heritage, and, oh, by the way, Chaparral. I was going to ask you, have you played Chaparral since you left the Pumas?
No, I didn't. Actually, it was funny because Logan was asking me a little bit like, hey, look, why don't you come over here? And I'm like, hey, I don't want to play Chaparral. I don't want to play my old team or my old dudes, Yeah. I really didn't want to do that. And so I went to Norco the next year and coached there. But, whatever. It's been a long time. It's really hard to find games, too, So, I'm really excited to play them. I hope we can play them, there's been talk of some of the non-league games kind of getting pushed back. But I really hope we get the opportunity to play them.
Coach, you think that, that's the biggest challenge right now? I mean, obviously one is getting your players physically ready for a grueling high school football season. But maybe the second battle, the battle on another front, is just will we have a high school football season in January? I think if you ask a lot of local coaches, they might be split. We all want to play, but do we think we're really going to play? I don't know. Maybe it's 50-50. I'm not sure. Where do you kind of fall on it?
I'm holding out hope. Yeah. I really am. If like when CIF said basically we might have to cut out some non-league games and play more of a league schedule. That puts us till almost mid-February. So that's that extended time. I believe we are going to have a season. I don't know how long the season's going to be. But, if you told anybody, hey, look, you get an opportunity to play in league and get an opportunity to make the playoffs and go from there, I think we'd all take that, So as long as these seniors get an opportunity to play, it'd be enough. It'd be enough for me. It wouldn't matter how many games.
Yeah, I think we all want to see that's a victory in itself, is just to simply have high school football. But I guess what's encouraging is, you look across the entire country, and I think there's only maybe 6 or 7 states not playing football right now. California is one of them, but you look across the rest of the country, and I haven't seen or heard of any huge issues. I think most of them have been able to, get through their seasons, and some are actually going to the playoffs now in these other states.
Yeah, I even talked to the Villa Park coach today, and he was telling me he went to Michigan, watched his best friend play. He's a head coach of the team in Michigan, went to Utah, watched them play. And, for me, it's like I don't want to get myself in trouble. I know, I've done some tweeting and said some things, but, pretty much is like, what is our science different than Michigan's? Is our science different than Utah's? I mean, why can't we play? Our kids are, just like their kids. I just hope we get an opportunity to do it. I know there's supposed to be some kind of guidelines to play are coming out pretty quick here. I just don't get it. I get the safety part.
You're like, where's the time gone?
Yeah, I know it's really, really flown by. And I'm going to tell you, time flies when you're having fun. I really love that place. My administration's awesome. The school's awesome. In some aspects, me as a head coach, I think I've underachieved a little bit. But, like Chaparral, it took 4 years. I believe our 5th year is going to be our best year. We had a lot of young kids playing last year. And I have a feeling we can compete with anybody in any division. So our team's ready to go.
And, Coach, speaking of your team, let's wrap it up with this. Who are some of the guys who are going to be some of your star players, your playmakers for this upcoming season? Maybe some of these younger guys who, like you said, got playing time last year that'll have an even bigger impact this year.
Well, I don't really want to single anybody out because I'm going to tell you this year it's really about the team, and we are a team. We just got dudes, man. We have dudes, and I'm just so excited. Offensively, defensively, I don't see a weakness. Kicking game, and I ain't gonna single anybody out. We have dudes, and I'm really excited.
Well, Coach Leach, it's always good to see you, especially when you look angelic. You're glowing right now. So,
well, this lighting's pretty good. I'm looking at myself
before, right? I'm sure you've been called an angel before.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't think anybody's ever called me an angel, Pep. Anybody.
I just did right now. It's the first time.
Yeah, I think so. But, I'm trying to be more like Jesus Christ, though, as hard as I can be. But I'm looking at myself in the reflection, and I don't look too good, so.
Well, Coach,
I want to take the video off.
Listen, God bless you. Best of luck with the workouts, and hopefully we'll see you guys on the field against Villa Park in that first week of the season.
All right, Pep. Hey, I appreciate what you do. Thanks a lot. And is Jeff there or no?
No, he took the night off. He's probably, hanging out, eating a bag of chips, and enjoying his latest Netflix binge.
All right. Well, tell him I said hi and God bless. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. That's Tommy Leach, head football coach at Roosevelt High School, looking angelic at his house. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, thanks.
All right. Big thanks to Coach Leach. We're going to take another commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk some Dodger baseball with Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. We'll be right back.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals. The Inland Sports Show is always proudly brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. They got the 2 locations, one off the 91 at Arlington and then also off the 215 at Alessandro. And look for these coming in the mail very, very soon. If you live close to one of their 2 locations, you might find it in your mailbox. It's got all their services plus a great coupon on the back. I know we're all getting out and about. You're going to need your oil change. They can do it quickly and also safely. That's at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, family owned and operated, and a huge supporter of local sports right here in Riverside, Moreno Valley, and beyond. The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona.
Inland Sports.
Patrick, that was a crazy game on Sunday Night Football. As Arizona has shown with Kyler Murray, they're legit.
They are legit. It's like looking into a mirror, those two offenses. And I will give Arizona credit for the last couple of years. They have a very good anti-Russell Wilson defense that's very tough with the linebackers doing all kinds of stuff. Not flushing him out of the pocket. That takes away some of his weaponry. Right.
And speaking of flushing him out of the pocket, our guy Kylie Fitz for Redlands East Valley, one of those Arizona Cardinals, chasing Russell Wilson all around the field, putting a little pressure on him. We can't wait to see. How's New England going to do without Brady? How's Brady going to do without Belichick in Tampa Bay? I'm not saying like Brady's the answer, but it's sure looking that way.
7 weeks in, it's leaning towards Brady pretty heavily. 7 weeks in.
Inland Sports.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. Everybody really heating up around here, talking a lot of good high school football. We had Coach McMains at Citrus Hill. We had Coach Leach at Roosevelt. And he did want to point out, I was texting with him a little bit during the commercial break, the reason that their workout was canceled today was because of the nearby fires. We've seen those going on in Orange County and Eastville, that area, not too far from Orange County. So those fires and the air quality wreaking havoc for our high school football teams on that end of the Inland Empire. We've got more football a little bit later in the show, but right now we want to give a little bit of praise to the Los Angeles Dodgers, or World Series champions, and joining us live on the show, he is the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, and he only goes by a name. It is the great Mike Lindskog. Mike, are you out there right now?
I am. I'm going dark on you here, so you get the voice only here tonight, as I'm not in an appropriate video capable environment. So you wanted the voice, you get the voice. How are you, Pep?
Hey, I'm doing just fine. I know you celebrated probably too hard last night. We can see your face today, but that's okay. But Mike, I wanted to bring you on because, the Dodgers, obviously, with that relationship, that partnership with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, you were telling me in a text message, was it 20 of the 28 Dodgers on the roster have worn a Quakes uniform?
Yeah, obviously we're super proud. Couldn't be more excited, boy, for Dodger fans around our community and in California in general. It's a long time coming. It's a long time removed since Gibby's home run off Eckersley and the Bulldog getting after it in that 5-game win over the Oakland Athletics. It's been a tough 4 years, I know, for Dodger fans, twice going to the World Series, outed by the Washington Nationals, the eventual champs last year. But this was their year. I love Dave Roberts going to bat in the post-game show of the NLCS, claiming that this is our year, and wouldn't you know it, it all came true, and we're just elated to be a part of the magic going on right now.
Mike, I think I've asked you this before, but when we see these guys, these Dodgers who are homegrown, and they come up through the Quakes, some of them have star power, and they get, they're already rich by the time they hit the minor leagues because they have those big, signing bonuses, those big contracts. But some of these guys, maybe they weren't household names quite yet coming up through the minors. When you look at some of these guys, did they have star power already written on them? And were there other guys that you thought, man, pleasant surprise. They made it to the big leagues, and they turned out to be great Major League Baseball players?
Well, let's start with the World Series MVP and the NLCS MVP as well, a guy that's been just hotter than a firecracker here the last couple of weeks, Corey Seager. Corey was a first-round draft pick. There were obviously a lot of expectations for him coming out of high school in North Carolina, but you could see the talent. He actually joined us for a late season run in 2013. I believe that was still his first full year of pro ball, and kind of scuffled once he was promoted to the California League. But he returned in 2014, as they say, with a vengeance. And as a 19, 20-year-old or whatever it was, he won the California League MVP award. And so we knew he was sort of destined for greatness back then. It was pretty easy to see his talent. He was kind of a man among boys, even at 19, 20 years old. Believe it or not, Cody Bellinger was a guy that really wasn't, really on the prospect radar. He was just, as they say, 150 pounds, wet and wearing boots, tall drink of water when he got here, just skin and bones. But the kid could turn on some balls and launch him into right field. And obviously he's made himself into, an MVP and now a World Series champion. It wasn't quite as obvious with Cody just because of his draft status and just when you looked at him, you were like, oh, this kid, he's literally just a teenage kid that's, not quite built like a man yet, but comes from a good pedigree and a great family with his dad, Clay, claiming a couple of World Series championships with the New York Yankees. So that family's got 3 World Series rings now between them, which is pretty neat. And then, of course, you've got a lot of guys that maybe not guys that were necessarily part of the postseason magic, but guys like Tony Gonsolin and Matt Beatty, who was on that roster for a time this year. Those were relatively unknown guys coming out of college that really put themselves on the map, and they were just obviously huge contributors to this season. Dustin May is obviously another one that's got a great pedigree, and he was a high-round draft pick. But again, not a first-round draft pick. I believe Dustin May was a third-round draft pick without it being in front of me. So that means that everybody passed on him twice before the Dodgers came calling in the third round. And, of course, the big, tall redhead throw on 101 miles an hour. He's a big part of the success now.
Yeah, in fact, I remember seeing May pitch for the Quakes. Like a lot of guys, in fact, I saw Bellinger at a Quakes game when he was coming up.
You don't forget that red hair. You don't forget that red hair. Never.
No, in fact, I should have dug it up. I have video highlights of May pitching for the Quakes. I've got it buried in the Inland Sports vault somewhere. But, Mike, I wanted to ask you, this is kind of, I would say it's kind of a running joke maybe with my minor league baseball teams, that when you look at the parking lot, you can tell who are the high draft picks because they have the fancy cars, and then you got the guys who are maybe later picks because they don't have quite as much money, and you can tell in the parking lot.
Driving that Toyota Tercel and the Honda Civic. Is that what you're getting at? As opposed to the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis?
Yes.
No, there's some pretty modest expectations as far as that goes. Occasionally you'll see the fancy high profile car in the parking lot, but the neat thing about minor league baseball is for the most part all these guys are on the same level as far as that financial stuff is concerned. They're all driving a Kia to the ballpark, or a Honda to the ballpark, or a Toyota to the ballpark, or whatever the case may be. You'll see your occasional rehab assignment guy or a high profile guy roll up in his 6-figure car, perhaps, but not very often.
I'm sure Corey Seager or Yasiel Puig was rolling deep in Rancho Cucamonga when they
no
were
comment
out there. hey, Mike. So when you look and you watch, obviously these Dodgers playoff games and winning the title last night, you must feel, I'm assuming, as a franchise that you guys played a part in this process to win the World Series championship, to groom these guys, to get them to the next level. I know everyone plays a part, and especially with Rancho Cucamonga, being Dodger Town, that you guys did have, some a piece to play in this to get that World Series title.
Well, I think everybody's part of the culture. Our front office is part of the culture. Our fans are part of the culture. Tremor's part of the culture, for crying out loud. There's all kinds of things that go into the big puzzle. And it's nice that, we can kind of hang our hat on the fact that we were just a small, very part of it. I mean, make no mistake, the guys on the field are the ones, putting in the real work and what have you. But sure, there's a lot of effort and a lot of pride that goes into, taking care of these guys when they're in Rancho and accommodating the requests. And when family comes to town, we take care of them and what have you. And, as a broadcaster, try to open some eyes to some neat stories about guys that may go undetected and just share those stories with the community. So it's very prideful that we can all just do our little part to help make these guys champions. And it just, it brings a smile to our face when they get it done. We've been proud for a long time, but now we're at the top of the mountain proud.
Yeah, very exciting. In fact, just the other day, I wore my 2018 Cal League champions Rancho Cucamonga Quake shirt. So we got championships all around the Dodgers organization.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. The minor league system for the Los Angeles Dodgers, despite the fact that they seem to make a trade or two every year that raises some eyebrows of high-profile players, that minor league system is always restocked. And I always like to say the cupboard is never bare in the Dodger system, and we've been a direct beneficiary of that. In that our teams are always, not just competitive, but obviously overly competitive. We won it all in 15. We won it all again in 18. We've been to the playoffs for whatever it is, 5 consecutive years. And obviously we're anxious to get back to playing baseball because it's a good time to be a part of the Dodger family, and we're just happy to be a partner.
Okay, so finally, Mike, speaking of playing baseball, obviously it's hard to predict what next year might look like. We're just wrapping up this baseball season, but if we try to look ahead into next year, are you optimistic? Are you hoping we'll see some games out there at Lone Mart Field?
Oh, optimism is about all we have at this point. So most definitely, we they got us in 2020, that darn COVID. But 2021 is still far away enough to where hopefully some good progress will be made. If our community can stay strong, wear masks, follow all the necessary protocols, that'll hopefully right the proverbial ship. Hopefully we'll be playing baseball sooner rather than later. I don't know that we're going to necessarily be totally ready to go when we normally would under normal circumstances. But gosh, we're definitely optimistic that we'll be playing ball. Hopefully, like I said, sooner rather than later in 2021. I can't wait. I'm bored out of my mind here. I need to call some baseball. Are you kidding me?
Well, Mike, I wish I was looking at your beautiful face right now, but I'm sure
you are. There's a picture of me with a microphone. Just imagine my lips just moving a little bit here and there.
But hey, it was great running into you and your beautiful wife down in San Diego a couple of weeks ago. So I can't see you on the show, but I'll meet you down in San Diego again. How about that?
I had no idea how small San Diego was that I would run into the Pep Fernandez family not once, but 2 times over the course of a day. So the word is out that I was actually stalking you on both occasions.
Mike, it's always good to talk to you, brother. Man, you are like family. You always have an open door to this show, and hopefully we can talk some more Dodgers and more Quake stuff in the coming months. As again, we're fingers crossed and being optimistic, glass half full, that we resume a normal-looking baseball season next year, including that at Lone Mart Field.
That sounds like a dream come true, and gosh, we're just anxious to welcome everybody back to the facility, get them out to Lone Mart Field as soon as we can when safety conditions allow, and celebrate a world championship because, man, it's a long time coming.
Yes, sir. That is Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, breaking down some Dodger baseball here and that World Series title from last night. Good to see you, Mike. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to take another quick commercial break here. When we come back, one of our favorites, Dylan Petty, is going to be live on the show all the way from Sacramento State. In fact, I think he's still up there. Maybe he came back home to the Riv. I don't know. We'll find out from Dylan Petty next on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
Need an oil change? Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Family owned and operated, they're committed to our community. There's 2 locations, so there's one close to you. Off the 91 freeway at Arlington and off the 215 freeway at Alessandro. Oil changes are very important, so make sure you swing by. It only takes 10 minutes, and you can do a lot more than just have your oil changed. How about new wiper blades? How about an air filter? Plus many more services such as radiator and transmission. Find out more information at 2getspoiled.com. Don't wait. Get spoiled today.
What I think separates Boost from a lot of other performance gyms out there is really our attention to detail with our athletes. We have small group sessions, whether it's speed or strength training, by CSCS coaches, so you're getting collegiate level coaches in small group setting, and it really gives us an opportunity to build an intimate relationship with our athletes, really make sure they're hitting their goals. I know all my athletes by name. It's a real family-like environment. We're a tight-knit gym with expert coaching, but we like it that way because we want to ensure that all of our athletes are getting better, all of our athletes are moving forward. So it's definitely not easy. We push our athletes, we have fun, but if you're the kind of athlete that likes to be pushed and you want to get better, you care about results, you got to come check us out.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time, and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. And we have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. You just saw it on your screen, the email address. That's inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Yes, we are getting closer to a real sports season with real games. We're going to talk about CBU in just a second. They've got basketball games starting in November, and, of course, high school football in January. So we're ramping up here around the Inland Sports Show. So if you're a local business, we'd love to have you on board as well. All right, in this segment, he's one of our all-time favorites. He's back. He's up in God's country, my neck of the woods, up there at Sacramento State. It is the great Dylan Petty from Sac State football, and of course Notre Dame High School. Dylan, first off, you're rocking the Notre Dame shirt, right? Still a lot of pride for those Titans.
Yes, sir. A lot of pride in them. Miss those days back in the good old days, man.
How long you been growing that beard?
Shoot, Pep. Probably since I was a junior in high school, probably.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just a little trim every now and then, but she hasn't come off.
So you just give it a little trim. You don't want it too unruly, right? But a nice full beard.
Exactly. Yeah, gotta keep the full mountain man beard going.
All right, let's play America's favorite game show. It's called "What Is That Tattoo on Dylan Petty?" So let's see. It's your right, but my left. It looks like a giant tree. Like, what do we got on your arms? Can we see? Oh my gosh.
So we got a big portrait of a wolf right here with my last name down the bottom. Left arm, we got the Terra March with the American flag. With the We the People right here. And then inside, I got a tribute to my mom. This is Near Strength in Gaelic with her birth flower and her birthday right there in the Roman numerals.
Oh my gosh, man! You are mountain man tattoo. You are looking tough. I'm sure the Big Sky opponents hate seeing you rolling out to the football field. So what's next? Are you getting another tattoo? Like what would be next?
You know what? I've been thinking about it a lot recently. Maybe, I've been 56 my whole career, so maybe plugging in the 56 somewhere right here in this open space I got, maybe. Other than that, no real plans in the future.
All right. Well, if you change your mind and you want to put PEP somewhere, just let me know, and we'll put PEP somewhere on here for your next.
Good. Just like the ND logo we shaved in your head, right?
That's right. I did shave a Notre Dame football logo in the back of my head. It's finally growing in. It's only taken as long as you've had that beard to grow back in. But Dylan, I do want to talk some Sacramento State football. The Big Sky Conference, they said they were going to play in the spring, but Sac State has elected to pass on the spring and focus on the fall. What did you think when you heard that news?
You know what, Coach Taylor, we had a meeting, asked all of our opinions. It was really a team effort, and he said that it's a short turnaround from the spring to the fall, which I don't think a lot of us were comfortable with, just because, we all know how grueling football is nowadays, especially college football, Division I. So I think it was just better for us to have a whole year of training, getting strong, faster, building up our camaraderie again, building that team effort like we had last year. We lost a couple guys, so we're trying to build that back up again. But I think it was, at the end of the day, it was the right decision. I stand by it 100%. I think it's the smart thing to do. It's a scary thing, especially now in the NFL with all these injuries you see happening and all that. I think it's the right thing to do. With just getting stronger, getting faster, being able to prevent those types of injuries without that short turnaround time from the June-ish to August again period. So yeah, I think
not only at the college level but also at the high school level there is concern about playing a full spring season and turning right around and hopefully ramping back up in the summer for another fall season. That's a long year of football, so I totally get where Sac State is coming from on that. Yeah. But Dylan, you guys had a great team last year. Were you looking forward to this upcoming season? You guys were good.
Yeah, no, we had a great team, and we still do. Like I said, we lost a little bit of guys, but mostly we kept a lot of guys. That was one of the funnest years I had playing football ever. We had such a great team. We had a school history. It was a fun time, but I think, we're just trying to build off that again. Just do the same thing again, repeat it, even go farther in the playoffs this time. And I think allowing us that whole year to prepare and stuff like that will help us do it. So.
Yeah, you guys were 9-4 last year. You played in all 13 of those games. You guys were great during the regular season. And then, do you feel like, man, we should have went farther in the playoffs? We were better than that Sac State should have made a run?
You know what? I really do. I think we had the team to do it. That game was a little crazy. Austin Peay is a great team. Props to them 100%. They were kind of in the same boat we were. First time making the playoffs, great conference, all that kind of stuff. And they were a great team. Props to them 100%. But I do feel like we could have gone farther, maybe even a semifinal against North Dakota State, the Bad Boys in Fargo. It did suck how the season ended, but I know we can bounce back and make a further run next year.
Well, Dylan, you've been playing quite a bit for the Hornets. What's kind of your individual goals maybe for the next time you guys take the field? Because you're obviously a huge part of what they do on defense right now, and you're getting more and more playing time, it sounds like.
Yeah, so sophomore season, played in all the games. Last year really ramped up my plays per game. Had a okay season to my standpoint. Others may think otherwise, but next year I'm really shooting for the first team All Big Sky, really make my name known. Just know that I want to be a dominating force in the Big Sky Conference. Just really looking at, and then obviously Big Sky Championship back hopefully, and then everyone's goal is a natty. So personal goals aside, I'm really looking forward towards like a team goal, Big Sky National Championship.
So Dylan, at Sacramento State, are you guys working out right now, or do you have classes on campus? Like, kind of paint me a picture of what it's like up there right now.
So we actually have been working out since June, with, of course, all the COVID protocols and stuff like that. But right now, yeah, we're going 5 days a week. We got a lift Monday, Wednesday, Friday, online up here. The whole CS system's going online, and they even talked about going online in the spring again. So, it is what it is with that. But, yeah, we've been working out every single day, even throwing in some more practices on Saturdays now. We're going with individual pods, O-line, D-line, skillies. We've been getting it in, grinding every day. It's nice to be able to work out with your teammates and stuff like that still through all this madness. So we've been grinding it out over here.
No, that's awesome that you guys are grinding, because if you stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. You're always going to be ready for when that bell is rung. Dylan, dude, it was so good to see you, man, and I appreciate you so much jumping on the show, and we can't wait to see you the next time you guys suit up at Sac State, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks so much, Pep. Have a good one, man.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that tattoo next I'm just saying.
You got it.
The great Dylan Petty from Notre Dame High School and Sac State football here on the Inland Sports Show. Thank you, Dylan.
No problem, Pep.
All right, no, he doesn't really have to get a Pep tattoo. That'd be weird. People would be like, what's PEP? What? That is so weird. Big, tall, scrapping, big man with a big beard. Yeah, that'd just be weird. Real quick California Baptist basketball note. Johnny, if we can punch up the picture. Oh, look at that. That is the new event center when they packed that place. So here's the deal. The Western Athletic Conference has released its not only basketball schedules, but volleyball and soccer as well. Basketball will start on January 8th, and the CBU men will open up at Utah Valley, and the CBU women will be home for Utah Valley. So the way it's going to work in the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference, is you will play the same team back-to-back nights in a row at the same location. So exactly what the Big West Conference is doing, they'll do in the WAC. So again, that'll start on January 7th or 8th, depending when they tip off their first game. But again, that's conference. That's only conference. So CBU has not revealed their complete basketball schedule, but we are anticipating that they will tip off the season on November 25th. That would be the very first night that they would be eligible. And one quick other note, our senior writer, Daryl Trujillo, is doing an online series of Where Are They Now? Tracking down our local Inland Empire stars from high school and college, and what are they doing these days? So our first installments, we got Carly DeHogue from Ontario Christian Volleyball and Krista Van Zant from Redlands East Valley Volleyball. So you can read those right now on the Inland Sports website. Big thanks to Johnny Nunez, our director behind the scenes, holding it down, and all of our guests, Big Dylan Petty, Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. We also had Tommy Leach, the angelic Tommy Leach from Roosevelt, and Jason McMains live from a Citrus Hill football workout tonight. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you. Stay safe, and we will see you next Wednesday, 6:05 first pitch for the Inland Sports Show.